Howdy folks, this is Naveed Maka. Today I'm going to discuss about the negotiation between United States and Iran, which are at the verge of ending very soon, but in failure. Iran has sent its delegation to Islamabad, while Donald Trump has not to send his delegation. He has instead threatened to bomb the Iran, instead resuming the negotiation to find a deal, to get a deal to end this war. What I believe that Donald Trump is still intent on waging war with Iran to continue his repression against the people of Iran. He's not peaceful and he will not find peace in peace. He will find peace where some war is happening at his behest. He started war at the behest of Israeli Prime Minister. He thought that I will trounce the Iran in a few days or within a few days, but he failed at that assumption. He might have thought that, but he couldn't do. He destroyed or decimated the whole leadership of the Iran, but the resilience, determination of Iranians was not thwarted. He failed at that, and he is still miserably regretting that why did he start war with such sort of people who are so persistently resilient and so powerfully determined that no one can defeat them. He failed at his assumption. Though his rating in his own country, in the United States, have gone down. Most of the Americans, approximately 65% of American disapprove him. Only 45 or 40 approve him. Most of the Americans disapprove him and do not get persuaded by Donald Trump's so-called canards or the rhetoric he has made by telling them that this war is necessary because Iran is building a nuclear bomb and that can be dropped on United States and the whole country will be vitiated with it. Just the rhetoric which the most of the presidents of the United States have been using for decades. And it's not the first time that Donald Trump has violated the international law and attacked a sovereign country. Most of the country, president of the United States did the same. Like Bush invaded the Iraq, and many other person, the Vietnamese crisis, when thousands of Vietnamese were massively and horrifyingly killed and massacred by the United States, just because they thought that they may be a threat to the United States, to the national security. This is what they say. This is what they make the pretext to continue the repression against innocent people. Now, the thing is that Trump is not finding exit out of this war. Okay, he boastfully bragged about that I'm going to destroy, but he has failed, and now he cannot find an exit. He's been urging Pakistanis or the Pakistani leadership to persuade Iran to end this war, to find some sort of deal. But there have been some negotiation standards. He's not following negotiation standards. He has breached the agreement several times with Iran. Iran had agreement with Donald Trump or the United States that were breached several times before. So the Iran has no credence in United States. Iran believes that if we make deal at the behest of, on the behalf of Pakistani people or Pakistan leadership, the American president or America will again breach it. That's why they are not clinging to it. That's why they are deviating from making any agreement with the United States, because it's treacherous country. United States is a treacherous country, and United States vowed to protect the Gulf countries. It instead paid all the interest to the Israel. It warded off Israel instead of paying any attention to protect the Gulf countries. Iran was attacking retaliation, and it was rightful, attacking the Gulf countries. America wasn't there to protect them. She was earning money and American troops were in Israel. All the missile systems were there. All the installation, military installations were there protecting the Israeli Prime Minister or people of Israel, that apartheid state or the occupation forces, instead of the Gulf countries who had paid plethora of amount to get protected from the any kind of military intervention or military retaliation or retribution, you may call it. Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait, they all have the basis of United States. They provide the United States with basis by having belief that they will protect us, but they couldn't protect them. They scurried back to Israel, right? They fled back to Israel or the United States, leaving Gulf states in large in the face of lying. This is gonna deteriorate. This won't end very quickly or very peacefully. That's what are the indicators, which I believe, and I've listened to many think tanks, and they have have expeditiously told or heralded that war is not ending, war isn't gonna end. This will be resumed because Trump does not want it, or the Israeli Prime Minister does not want it. Even though the Trump, under the pressure of American people, try to stop this war, but the Israel won't let him. Israel somehow create a scenario where the Trump or the America will be drawn into, and that cannot be denied, because Israel always seeks war, always seeks violence, so it will do it. Well, the Iran is trying its best to to diplomatically end this war, to not continue or to continue to having war with the United States. It wants to end it, but the Donald Trump doesn't want. Iran has lost its leadership, and Iran is asking for indemnity, which Donald Trump is not concurring to pay. He must pay the indemnity. The losses that Iran has incurred should be dispensed equally, and Iran should be compensated with these losses that it has incurred, and cannot be let that way. So this were, well, there are some theories, some sort of beliefs, some sort of notions. So many think that it will end, or some say they won't end because it's war with Iran. The people of Iran are very hardline people, and they won't accept surrender, and they are the people who will fight until their last breath, and they will win. Surely they will win, because America is just a boastful bully. It's not a resilient fighter or the great warrior. It's just a bully, and bully always miserably fails. Thank you very much.